You might know the right setup. That's not good enough. That's the really unfortunate. Discipline is quite important, knowing when to stop your loss. If you know how to lose, I guess you'll be a very good winner overall.
Hey traders, hope you're doing well out there. Hey, we got another funded trader interview coming to you. We have Cristian in the house. Cristian has passed a 25K eval and he is rip roaring and ready to go. Hey, I had to take him away. He was at the beach. He was having a good time. He's just, chilling in Greece right now. And I said, hey, we need to talk about you passing this account. And he came back on graciously enough to talk to me for a few minutes about his trading, his style, a little bit of maybe some background in his trading. But Cristian, it's excellent to have you here on Trade the Pool.
Thanks, Jesse, for the invitation. Yeah, pretty good. Thank you. It's that week of the summer when I'm away. But of course, it's a nice conversation to have anyway. So.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on passing your 25K eval. Is this your first time passing with us before, or have you passed in other accounts as well?
No, it is the first. I only had 2 accounts. So the second account went well. You had that promo, and thanks to that promo, I had the second account activated or the second chance, right? And that went well. So it's my first time.
That's excellent. Now, that second chance that we were offering, that was a pretty good deal. So, yeah, I was thinking of taking advantage of it myself. So that's really great. So on your second attempt, you passed. How long have you been trading before? Is this your first go at trading, or have you been trading for a while now?
It has been a while. It's not the first go. 1st of January 2019. So now it's year 7 of trading. But stocks, it was not continuous. For 2 years, I tried to trade in the futures as well. So thanks actually to the futures, I got acquainted with these funded trading programs. But otherwise, I did not know that a company like yours exists that allows me to use a funded account to trade stocks, which is great.
Very good. Very good. Now, I noticed that you do a lot of small cap trading. Is that the only type of trading that you do? Will you also do large caps as well? What is your bread and butter sector or area that you like to trade in?
Yeah, what goes up must come down. So pump and dumps, the shit companies that are not worth much, usually they go up without any catalyst. So there's another reason for them going up, and then you have to look for what kind of lines you can draw, what kind of levels you have that you might target, and when they go down, they give you a very fast confirmation of your of your decisions.
What has been some of your style of trading? So you're basically trading the crappy, the no catalysts, things like that. But is there a certain technique that you employ when you trade? Or is there certain things also that you wait for? You said what goes up must come down. So I assume you're shorting. You like to do the short?
Yes. Maybe 90% of the time shorting, not 100%. I've traded all kinds of setups. I had many indicators at some point. I've gone through the whole steps, I would say, the full spectrum of trading, including my trading support. But none of them gave me the consistency. There are some setups, but the consistency is not so much. So then I try to remove everything, try to simplify the preset that I count on every time, so to be able to find that consistency. And now it is pretty much obviously volume. So volatility is important, very important. But then I have VWAP, and I guess the only thing is the SMA 200 on a daily chart. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's just price action and resistance and support levels. That's it.
Sure. And is your thesis on the SMA 200, is it bullish if it's up and then bearish if it's down? Is it simplistic like that? Is that your kind of understanding of the charts with that?
For the small caps, this is what I was able to figure out over the time. It is very important resistance level. So if it's under the SMA 200, usually they are, because they usually go down, 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 depreciate, and then when they spike up, when it gets to that level, sometimes it's the daily top, or it's an important resistance level, and then you can see some nice breakdown, and you can definitely take some benefit from that. So that's important. Doesn't work all the time, so it's not definitely 100%, but I would say maybe 9 out of 10 cases, it is an important level.
Sure. Absolutely. So I know a lot of people will ask this question. There's a lot of people working on their evals right now trying to pass. And it sounds like this was your second attempt. You at least got the promo that we had given out. So you got one, you got an account, and then you got one for free. You passed on your second attempt. How difficult or maybe easy was it for you to pass on that second attempt? Was it pretty good? Was it pretty quick?
No, it's not easy. It's never easy. I don't have any magic wand. I don't think I have consistency yet. Even though I think I could, after all this time spent in the markets, I can definitely see what's wrong, what I'm doing wrong. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to stop. So if I would take that out, I would say that with the proper rules in place, which, by the way, this is one of the things that I find very curious, to have the daily max loss of 500. That's sacred. That's very sacred. That's very important. I would even decrease it if I could to 350, but that would be just me. I would be happy to decrease it to a lower level. But if I would have that in place, and if I would be able to remove the weaknesses that I have, then I think I can be consistent. But so far, not easy.
Yes, yes. Well, it never is easy. And if you have a magic wand, I would be asking you, please, Christian, share with us the magic wand feature that stock trading has. But you're absolutely right. There is no magic wand in trading.
Now, after maybe last year or more than a year now, even the patterns that we knew for maybe 5 years ago have changed a little. The VWAP for resistance, VWAP as resistance, it's not working anymore. Now the price usually goes a little above VWAP and then it crashes down under the VWAP. For instance, it's a small thing and it can take you out because your VWAP is your stop loss, but then it goes a little against you and then it goes in your favor. And then
Right.
you kind of regret. So even this have changed over time, even the patterns that we used to know. Even that requires a little adaptation.
Yeah, exactly. So now that you're in profit, now that you've passed, does the psychology of trading change a little bit now that you're in profit, now that you're actually able to take take the money, so to speak? Do you think you might be a little more careful in your trading, or are you going to attempt to trade exactly the way that you did passing the eval now that you've passed it and now that you're moving forward? Do you think the psychology will stay the same, or will you be a little bit more protective?
I think you're right. I think maybe a little more protective, so it doesn't feel a game like a game anymore. It is very real, and it is absolutely insane how much you can do with even a 25K account. I think 25K account is a very valuable account. For now, for instance, I would not be more because I was able to have maybe five, $600 a day profit, and it's made of small pieces, but they add up. An area that I also have to improve is to let my winners run for more, so then I can have higher steps up. I usually have very high steps down. That's the biggest problem. So even a 25K account is good, but as you can see, I take small profits, so I trade them very careful, so to speak.
Very good. What do you think the hardest part of trading is for you, for your experience? What has been the hardest part?
Well, everything comes from the confidence you have in you, in the setups, and in the capabilities of being disciplined. You might know the right setup. That's not good enough. That's the really unfortunate truth. You might be sitting on the golden goose, but you might still fail as a trader. So discipline is quite important. Knowing when to stop the loss. If you know how to lose, I guess you'll be a very good winner overall. So that's what I think is the hardest part.
I like that. If you know how to lose, you'll become a good winner. That's a good
Yeah,
quote. And if you know how to lose, right? Exactly. It's knowing when to
yeah,
stop yourself out, right? It's not taking those massive, huge losses. It's saying, okay, I lost here, but I have another chance or another opportunity if I don't cut myself too harshly, too bad, right? And then I can move
yeah.
forward with another trade. There's always another trade, right?
Yeah, and it's insane. Right now, I would rather talk about my losses. I find them more interesting than the winners for some reason. When it goes in your favor, there is, I say, little pressure, I would say. But when it goes against you, then it's your discipline that should cut it off. And I will speak to probably many traders that are looking right now that will most likely have experienced this. Once you learn how to cut it short, and then even if it's a loss, it's a small loss, and then you go past it, and then you have other winners. And at the end of the day, you might actually end up positive. Then you have like a revelation. Then you know how easy it is if you cut it short. Even worse than that, not only cut it, maybe add to the loser, which is really really bad practice. Comes back to your discipline. I think it's very good if you would learn as a beginner trader never to add to your loser. Have your proper levels in place, and once you're in, respect those levels, but do not add to the loser. Maybe as you are more experienced, you learn how to add to the winner and the bigger winners, which I'm trying to do, trying to compensate, for the bigger losers.
Absolutely. There's always something to learn, right? There's always room to grow. There's more opportunity to be better. What would you say to a trader who may be using their own capital, their own money, they're new to trading and they're losing and they're like, "Hey, I want to learn trading." And maybe they're just hearing about a prop firm for the very first time. They just heard, they came across this interview and they're like, "Oh, trade the pool. What is this?" What would you say about trade the pool and the opportunity that we offer with our evaluations, and then with the opportunity to risk not your capital, but risk the firm's or the prop firm's capital?
From my experience, I'll just speak from my personal experience. One, I just discovered you. I've recently discovered you, and I wish I would have had done that maybe 2, 3 years ago. I'm not sure exactly for how long have you been in the market, but I every month take aside from the salary a specific amount, and then I use them with my broker, right? I have my leverage, and then of course once I go under $500 in my account, then I have to stop and wait for the next month, right? But now with the same amount I can actually try maybe 6, 7 times, by 6, 7 accounts, and I can fail 6, 7 times more, or I have 6, 7 times more chances of succeeding. Because once you succeed and you make your first withdrawal, then that's magic. I really like, I only had one withdrawal so far, and I really enjoyed them. And it's a very, very special feeling. Once you get there, you'll have more opportunities to get that confidence in yourself. So this is number one. If you trade your money, you'll have less chances of succeeding rather than trading yours. The second reason I would say, if you, as a beginner trader, haven't experienced ADRs and trying to short stocks that go relentlessly up and without any reason and on crazy, crazy levels, they can go, let's say, from $6 to $40 or $6 to $50. And then you are short around 7, 8. And you might be short, I don't know, 2, 300 shares, right? If you trade your money, at the end of the day, you might need to bring money to the broker next day to compensate for a huge loss that you had. With a proper platform like yours, you don't face that risk. And this can happen maybe once a year, maybe not more than that. Maybe let's say twice, worst case scenario. But it's very good if you eliminate even that.
Exactly. Exactly. I concur and I agree. As a user of Trade the Pool as well as working for Trade the Pool, I completely agree with that because back in the day for me, red candles meant bad. I wouldn't short, I wouldn't touch it. But now that I have Trade the Pool, now I can go short and not even think about it. To me, it's just a matter of trajectory and direction. Which way is the stock going? And that is the way that I want to trade.
So for those of you not familiar, every trader gets his own dashboard. The dashboard will show you your stats, the risk parameters, and you can really understand your progress and look at your equity curve. You can also check your achievements and payouts and customize your view, switch between light mode and dark mode.
And let's look at your account. I was looking at that a little while earlier, and it looks like you're over the profit target. You did a 25K eval. And you kind of had a little bit of, there was a couple times where there's a little downturn, but then you kept getting it back. We got some ocean waves on here, but you kept building, which I really, really like that. You have a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and your success rate is pretty good, Christian, 61 to 61%. That's great. That's really good. I was
Yeah,
kind
over a long period of time, I sit around 65. So I'm never, my entries are usually good. I'm good at entries, but then what happens next is a little worse.
Okay, gotcha. So your best trade was in VVE, and I'm going to go ahead and scoot our tab over to there. All right, cool. So let's talk about this trade. This is your NVVE trade, your biggest trade. Can you tell us about it? Looks like you went in with 200 shares, and then it looks like you averaged down with 300 shares. So yeah, this looks like a good trade.
I might need to bring the chart up. I cannot remember them individually.
Oh, sure, that's okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
But
That's all right.
what usually happens with VV, most likely it was the same. If the stock comes out without any catalyst, there is no news to it, there is nothing recently. What I usually do is look for days that had more volume during the day, and then try to look within that day the levels where the stock changed the trajectory. And then that level becomes the target for me. So once the stock gets close to that level, I can have an entry. And then if I see the rejection from that level, so if it gets confirmed, then I can add, and then I will let it run. This is what I usually do. So most likely this is what SF1 does.
Yeah, that's pretty much, that is what it looked like based on the metrics of that specific trade. So that is great. Well, what are your plans now? You passed the evaluation. You're on vacation in Greece. Things are going really well for you. What is the what is the plan? Are you just going to try to grow this particular account? Do you think you might add some more accounts eventually, or what is the overall next 6 months to maybe a year in trading hold for you, do you think?
I would like to have more accounts. I think I would like to have at least three, maybe 3 to 5 funded accounts. And then I would like to trade them. I would not like to trade one account, for a full day. I would like to take maybe 2, 3 trades and then leave it and then move to the next account and so on. I think this would give me a little more confidence. It's my personal choice. I would feel more or less pressure on trying to succeed. And I will never try to push it with any account. I will most likely not go for big winners in any way. That's again maybe a paradox, is that what I'll try to do is lose less. So I'll try to keep the losses under the control. And if I can do that, most likely the outcome will be that I will eventually be able to have withdrawals. And probably right now after the summer I will not be very active, or I would say less active, but maybe September, October, when the usually volatility comes back up, then maybe I will have passed 3 to 5 accounts and then I can be ready.
Very good. I love that psychological framework. I love that understanding too of having a multiple accounts, because then it's like, okay, if you have a really good day or even a bad day, you can always switch over, and it kind of does a nice reset even in the mind when you're trading it, because you're like, oh, this is a different account. You just see it different, you feel it different, and I totally understand that. Those are wise words. Any final bits of wisdom or anything else about trading that you would like to talk about as we end here?
I said in the beginning, one of the pluses that I see, the advantages from using your services, is that you enforce the rules. I think rules are very, very important, even though I would say even 500 per day is quite a lot for a loss. I would decrease that. I think beginner traders would get advantage from that. But rules are important. It's really important to know how to respect the rules and apply them. But coming back to why it's maybe good to have multiple accounts, psychology is the most important in trading. And one of the worst case scenarios is to have a green day and then just decide at some point, to stop, and then you don't. And then you take one more trade and then you go red. And then maybe even worse, you go and reach the $500 daily loss. And knowing that you went to a max loss, just in maybe 1 trade or 2 trades, try to revenge it, then that's one of the worst feelings to have. So then it's very good if you have a green day, just leave that account, move to the next one. Maybe you can have a small green day to the next one. And if you ever still want to trade and have a bad day, then you can have an account with a max loss, but you still have some, positives from the day to have in mind. So it's always about confidence and then having a good mindset, a positive mindset when entering.
Absolutely. Wise words from Cristian. Well, Cristian, thank you so much. Congrats again on passing your 25K eval. I wish you the best, and let's talk again soon.
Thank you, and have a nice summer.
You too.